Okay, that's what I thought.
You don't want any of this coffee, correct?
No, thank you. Da, 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 dum. Da, 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 dum. Da, 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 dum. Ooh, I see 5 people here. Here we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome to the Saturday Night Shakedown. Shakedown.
Vicky, you gonna eat supper?
What's everybody up to? Let's see. Busy running errands. Ooh, very, very nice. Hello, Purple Queen. Nice to see you. Relaxing at home now. Oh, yeah. What's happening, Coaster Mom? Welcome to the weekly installment of Saturday Night Shakedown. That's what that is our new little bit here. That's what we're doing. Saturday Night Shakedown. Where we are going to review and hopefully bump up and support everybody who is trying to get a little healthier, eat a little better. Because I know I could sure use it. At least we're trying to anyways, right? Oh, you got a haircut this morning. And then the Science Factory. There's a Science Factory out there? Costa Mom, we should talk via Discord, because I think there is there's a good opportunity coming up in the spring that I think we could possibly meet up. Ooh, there's a Science Factory in Lancaster, huh? Hey, that's really cool. That is very, very cool. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. My house in about 10 minutes will erupt into chaos briefly. So short moments. Hello, Purple Queen. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? Uncle Orville. Yo, yo, yo. What's hanging? What is shaking? I hope everybody's doing good. I hope those of you that have started to maybe trying to doing a little dieting, maybe a little exercise, trying little things. Hopefully it's worked out for you guys this week. I'd be curious to hear some of your stories and what you're doing differently. Hey, Ian, working and listening. There we go. Oh, I hope work's going well for you tonight. Fantastic. My week has been good. Ooh, Costamon's got a question. Excellent. Yes, please. Please, questions are very much welcome. Let's see if I can offer you and share with you advice and knowledge. What I have, I am willing to give up. So I was originally I was planning on Yes. You would love to cut out soda, but you are not a big fan of drinking water. There are a lot of people in that same situation. So, what I would say is, there needs to be, it's kind of, it's a real slow burn, right? So, if you don't mind drinking some sort of flavored liquid that's not water, or maybe flavored water, right? So, plain water, a lot of people have trouble with it. Like, 95% of the population just can't do plain water. I am not one of those people. Plain water does not bother me. As a matter of fact, when I get water that is not plain, I start going like, huh. So, not a fan of plain water, but want to cut out soda. So the biggest thing right. Stephanie's like, that stuff. So the way to start is, first of all, is going from drinking your soda to drinking soda that is sugar-free. Oh, why does that keep happening? Sorry. I have you running on another screen over here, and I keep seeing YouTube looks like it's cutting out on me every now and then. So, it's going to be a little bit of a process. I would say you're going to need to take a week, maybe 2. It depends upon how much of a soda addict you are, because I know I was a ginormous one. And I would start injecting the zero, like, so if you drink Coke, I would alternate between like Coke and Coke Zero for like a week, maybe 2 weeks, until you get used to drinking that Coke Zero. Because you may find that the sugar-free or the zero flavor or whatever the brand you drink is, that their zero sugar sodas maybe taste a little different to you, because they're using artificial sweeteners instead of a lot of sugar, like natural sugar. So then, like and over the course of that week or 2, you transition, right? So like the first 2 or 3 days, it should be like, if you have 3 a day, you should be having 2 regulars and 1 with zero sugar, right? So that's going to do a couple things. One, it's going to help reduce the amount of sugar you're taking in, which is great. And it will help make that transition to not getting that sugar and huge caffeine jolt a little bit better, where you may not get as hangry. You may not find that you're dragging as much. You won't find that you are maybe having a headache or feeling tired. So, yeah, John V, welcome in, my man. What's going on? Hey, that is very true, right? So you can make that transition, and then really by the end of like week 2, you should be ready to transition to drinking that sugar-free all the time. So it's like a slow burn. Your first couple of days, you know, if you're having 3 a day, or if you're having 2 a day, replace one of those with a sugar-free version. And then days like 4, 5, 6, you should replace 2 of them with the sugar-free version, you know? And you want to wean yourself off of that slowly. And then into your second week, it should be like, you should be able to go like a day or 2 having 0, 0, 0, and then you have like 1 can of regular. And then 0, 0, 0, 1 can regular. Like every couple of days, you have 1 regular can. And then by week 3, it's nothing but sugar-free. And then you are going to transition from soda to something like this. Right? Seltzer water. The biggest thing you can do with this is to read that thing on the back, the label. Labels become your friend. Sam, what's going on, Sam? Welcome in, everybody. The biggest thing you can do is read labels, right? And you want to look at the label and see, first of all, if it has any sugar, right? Thanks, CeeLo. What is good, my man? So, I don't know. I don't see it in my face. I've had a couple people tell me my face is looking thinner. I stepped on the scale this morning, and since I've began, my upstairs scale is telling me I've lost somewhere around 12 pounds in the last, like, Well, Tuesday will make 2 complete weeks. So we're a little shy of 2 weeks. But thank you. So, it's reading the label. So, like, in this seltzer water, the ingredients is carbonated water, natural flavors. And that's okay. We want to see 0 sugar on the label when we look down the nutrients. When you look here, right? Like, so let's see if I can get a good shot without too much glare. Right here, it says sugar. And when you look, it says 0. And it goes across for another 0. That's great. And make sure you're checking your fake sugars because some of them actually do use sugar. You know what I mean? Hey, Andrea. So that's the big thing. And you can try this stuff. It still has the fizz. I find a lot of people I've talked to that have a very similar problem. Even back when I had my weight loss surgery, it would appear that people that like soda liked it for one or two things. One was obviously taste. But 2, the most popular thing was the fizz, So, hey, why are we barking?
You don't need to eat it.
So, seltzer water is a good alternative. If you don't mind drinking water. So, in other words,
All right, go.
you are not into it for the fizz. You're into it really for the taste. Once you back yourself off the soda with the sugar and you're into like a sugar-free soda, I would then suggest transitioning to water, right? So you're going to do the same transition you did to go from sugar soda to sugar-free soda, except you're going to go from sugar-free soda to water. So you want to go out and you're going to want to try some different flavors. Crystal Light's a good one. There's another one in a little egg-shaped little gray container. It's like you squirt it, right? There's a lot of like 1 squirt, shake it up, find what you like. I have found that some of those taste really kind of, I don't know how to describe it, almost plasticky, right? Because how they're recreating the taste, they're using artificial sweeteners and they're using a lot of salts, a lot of different sodiums to create that stuff. So then what you're going to do is you are going to make the same transition from sugar-free soda to water. So you're going to start out your first 3 or so days. You are going to replace 1 sugar-free soda with a water that has your flavor of choice mixed in. And then days 4 through 7, you're going to replace 2 of those sodas, or maybe 3 if you can tolerate it, with a flavored water. And then when you get into week 2, so days, 8 through 14, you should be trying to replace all the soda with flavored waters. And like your first, so days 1 and 2, you do it. And then day 3, you do, if you're having, say, 3 or 4 waters a day now at this point, you do 2 or 3 waters and 1 soda. That way, your body's not going into total shock. And if you can, if you can give up the soda, the earlier you can give it up, the better. There are a bunch of scientific studies that shows soda is one of the leading causes of not only obesity, but also diabetes in people that develop, diabetes later on in life that weren't born with it. Soda plays a huge, huge part in that because of all the sugar and all the other additives and stuff they put in it. You know what I mean? Hey, Christine, welcome in. CeeLo, the same thing happens to me, man. Oh, Sam, my wife loves that Perrier water. Sam likes that Perrier water. Yeah. So, yep, CeeLo, I have the same thing. So, every now and then, we would, before I started the diet, we'd hit a drive-through. Stella would want chicken nuggets. I maybe get, a cheeseburger or whatever. Stephanie would get a cheeseburger. And every now and then, Stephanie would get a small Sprite. Now, neither one of us drink soda, really. But every now and then, she can tolerate it and she doesn't mind it. She'd get just here. She'd, I really want a Sprite. And usually Sprite's her go-to. So she would get it, Sprite. Every now and then she'd try Coke. And I would be just give me a sip. And I would take a sip. And beyond the fact that the carbonation, between the carbonation and, believe it or not, the acid, because a lot of sodas do contain some sort of acid, not only was it burning my mouth, but the actual, just the taste of soda itself. Stephanie, how many times do I sit and try a sip of soda and I'm like, yep, nope, still don't like it. And I say the same thing. It just, because I've gone so long without it, that when I have it now, it is just a nasty, nasty, nasty taste for me. We do like Crystal Light here. We drink, we used to drink Crystal Light in this house. Hold on one second. I'm going to plug you guys in real quick. So, you know, they're not terrible for you. They're okay. And, Perrier, gotcha. I gotta cut like high C. Oh yeah, I bet it's really sweet, right? I bet it's really sweet. So every now and then, we have a Sonic that's like probably 15 minutes from the house, 15 to 20 minutes from the house. It's one of the very few Sonics in New England, particularly between my half of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. I don't know about the other half in Western Mass, but there are not very many around Massachusetts. So it's kind of a treat, you know, out here for us to have it, because everywhere you go, there's a Burger King, there's a Wendy's, there's a McDonald's out here. Those are the three big ones. You go over there and Stephanie would order this. It was like a slushie. And she would get it was like a cranberry flavored half-breed slush slurpee thing. And I tried a sip of it one time and it was the same thing. I was like, man, you could just I felt my teeth rotting out of my head. Like a camel. Oh yeah, brewed teeth. Yeah, stevia is good. So it's funny you bring up stevia. That is one of the things they tell me is a really good alternative on this Awaken 180 diet. Because really the Awaken 180 diet is, they want you to have no sugar. The only sugar you're getting in is the natural sugars that either their product that I'm eating is made with, or the natural sugars that would be in food at home. So everything we eat, whether it's a piece of steak, chicken, fish, straight up, no seasoning, just, killed and grilled. It tastes what it tastes like. There are sugars. There are natural body sugars that you're never going to strip out and get rid of. So everything you eat, you're getting natural sugar. One of the alternatives is to use stevia. I am a Gen Xer, and when I was growing up, all the rage was how all these artificial sweeteners caused cancer and stuff. Well, what the real story is more recent data has shown, and scientific studies, and there's been a lot of them. It's not just a handful. There's been a lot of studies about a lot of the artificial sweeteners that are out on the market right now. It's been really debunked that they cause cancer. Anything can cause cancer, carcinogens, even the regular food we eat. All organic stuff has the potential to do that. Where all this stems from is back in I believe it was 81, saccharin went on the FDA's ban list of artificial sweeteners. And this was because it was found in lab rats to cause bladder cancer. But what they found is the human bodies actually process saccharin a lot different than the rat does, and it doesn't affect us like them. Trip Billy Girl, what is good? So, eventually, I believe it was either in 2000 or 2001, like 40 years later, it comes off of the banned list because it's found that there was no, out of the hundreds of studies done on it, it was never found to cause that. And also, in a lot of these lab studies, they have found that the artificial sweeteners, when they do cause cancer, that the lab rats are being given extraordinarily high doses of this stuff. So today, as far as we know, all of the stuff you find in the grocery store, it's all been approved by the FDA, and it should all be safe. I personally, it's my own thing. I just don't take a chance with it, right? Yes, Sweet and Low. That's right. Sweet and Low was the big culprit back then. So I've actually reduced my sugar. I've had Stephanie's really good. She's up in the morning, probably about 20, 30 minutes before me, usually. She's at least up and out of bed. We've slowly reduced over the last, what would you say, Stephanie, week? We've reduced the sugar out of my coffee.
Yeah.
Right? So we reduced the sugar out of my coffee from 2 teaspoons to 1 teaspoon to no sugar. So now I'm just having coffee. We're straight half and half, and that's it. And it's actually not half bad. Half and half, not half bad. But the big thing is really to reduce sugar. And you know what's funny is there are some studies, not a lot. There's not like hundreds and hundreds of them, but there's enough to make you really question sugar. Even though it's a natural, come out of the ground plant thing, it can, obviously, we know it can do a lot of damage to us. The biggest thing it can cause that we see is diabetes. But in some people, depending upon your genetics, it can cause cancer and all sorts of other stuff. So, you know, but let's face it, we like sugar. Sugar makes your brain light up in the same areas with the same receptors as like crack and cocaine. Right? That is a proven fact. When people have sugar, your brain receptors are lighting up like you're taking heavy-duty drugs. So that's why we like it. I like it. A lot of people like sugar. We like sweet, right? We like sweet. So the more we can reduce that sugar, the healthier we're going to be. The more weight we're going to lose. I am telling you, I am seeing it right now. I stepped on my scale 4 times today because I thought it was full of baloney. I still think the number is, but I think the weight loss amount has got to be close. Because from Tuesday to now, it's reading a 5-pound weight loss. And when I stepped on it 4 times today, it was the same number all 4 times. And before today, it would fluctuate a little bit. I'd step on it, and it'd be one number. Then I'd step on it again, and it may jump to another number. Then I'd step on it a 3rd time and get a different number, but it was close to the second. Step on it a 4th time, I'd get a different number, but it was kind of close to the second. This time, all 4 times in a row I stepped on that scale, that same number came up dead on. So I am pretty confident that my scale is probably pretty close to accurate right now, which is great. So, and if it's close to accurate, that means my overall, so the Awaken 180 program is not very big on BMI or the number of pounds you've lost because there are other measurements they're taking. But I'm expecting my overall number in 2 weeks to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 10-pound loss. I am assuming that I will have lost, give or take, about 8 pounds of body fat. I'm expecting that come Tuesday, they're going to tell me I have lost 2% body mass and that I've gained another pound, 1 to 2 pounds in muscle. So, you know. All right, Sam. So in just a little while, so Sam's running. Sam has a hockey game tonight. So if you are new here, which I don't think I see too many new names, but if you are new here, go over and check out Sam's channel. He's doing so many cool things. He's got all of these cool shows he does. He calls hockey games. He's calling a hockey game tonight. Go over, check out his channel. If you even have a little inkling, if you like what he's doing, hit the subscribe button. He would very much appreciate that. As a matter of fact, if Sam's still here, somebody can drop his link to his stream, which is right after this. So I'm gonna end at about 5 minutes to 7, and Sam's gonna pick it up. Uncle Orville brings up another good point. So on this diet, I cannot eat 2 hours before bed, which for me is 8 o'clock. I go to bed about, 10:30 most nights. So 8 o'clock rolls around, done. Done. And since I don't think I've talked to you guys. Oh, I don't think I've talked to you since Tuesday, have I? I have not. Oh, for shame. For shame,
You all right,
YouTube. So let me bring you up to speed. Tuesday, I went for my first weigh-in at Awaken 180. My overall weight loss had been like 3 point something. 3.1 pounds, 3.4 pounds, somewhere in there. Overall body weight loss. I went in a little bit with a little bit more water. I picked up 1% water, which was, I picked up about 3 pounds in water. There we go. Thank you, Costa Mom. And I'm going to pin that to the top. There we go. So if any of you want to go catch Sam when I'm done here, I'm going to pin his link to the top. So at the end of the stream, you guys can just click on it and shoot on over. But, I lost 3.5 pounds overall. I was carrying a lot of water. I drank a lot of water that day. So I had 3 more pounds of water on me than the previous week. My initial weigh-in. So I'm like, oh, all right, that kind of makes up a little bit. But they have this really high-tech machine, which I have up at Tufts. When I go to Tufts, they put me on the same one. And they send electrical impulses through your body, and it measures fat. It measures exterior fat, which is like me. You see like my belly. It measures the interior fat, which is all the fat around my organs. It measures bone density, water makeup, muscle mass, right? So it measured me at about just a little over a 3 pound weight loss overall, but I did have 3 extra pounds of water weight. So I'm kind of like, oh, if I didn't have that extra water weight, my total weight loss would have been 6 pounds altogether. That's fine. I'll make that up. But I lost 4.6 pounds of body fat. So, even though the scale didn't reflect that, I lost 4.6 pounds of body fat. Still had the same 12.5 pounds of bone like I had the first week. I gained 1.5 pounds of lean muscle mass. So, factor all these things in, we're doing great. It actually analyzes each limb, left leg, left arm, right arm, and trunk, which is your torso. Thanks, Trip Billy. That's it, Costa Mom. There you go. Yeah, so, it's a lot of work. They told me, and so here's part of their formula, which does work. It worked when I had my gastric bypass, and it's working again now. It is what it is. Thankfully, I don't get hunger, but last week I only averaged 948 calories eating every day. That was my average. So, in a normal person with a normal stomach, that is not healthy. If you have not had weight loss surgery, even if you had really, you should be eating at least 1,000 calories a day. But And my average was 948 calories per day. I was eating just like I was supposed to. For whatever reason, it was what it was. There were some days I couldn't get all of my vegetables in. There were some days where I couldn't eat the 8 ounces of protein at dinner. Or when my snack came around, like, I have about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm supposed to have my last snack of the night, 8 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat it because I'm really full right now. So if I don't eat it, it's fine. But there's 100 calories, 110 calories maybe, that I just won't eat today, right? And right now, I am at like 990 calories last I looked with my dinner. So, right, all this comes together. The food I'm eating from them is a lot of soy-based, super duper high protein, very low carb, and ultra low or zero sugar. So, you know, there's a combination. That's all working for me. Yep. There you go, Uncle Orville. That's it. So, you know, that's working. The other piece is I've actually been getting exercise. So my right leg was swelling a little bit. But since I've been exercising, the swelling's kind of gone down a bunch. I can see it when I get up in the morning. So I've been exercising 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've been exercising for about 30 minutes. I've been doing T25. Yesterday, I traded out T25 for walking a couple of miles around the city of Boston. I did a women's heritage walk with my work. So that was fun. We did a couple of miles. So I've been getting a lot of exercise to boot, you know, which has helped. So when you combine all this together, it leads to that weight loss and that body fat reduction. And the thing with the Awaken 180 program, which is very true, do not worry about your body mass, your BMI. Your BMI is archaic at best. For instance, I am 6 feet tall. I am 6 foot on the money, right? So, my BMI is supposed to be somewhere right around 20, 15 to 20. My weight, I'm supposed to weigh between 168 and like 191 pounds. I'll be honest with you, and I told the woman at Awaken 180, she's such a nice, the consultant that's there. I told the girl, I'm like, listen, I have not seen 190 pounds since like the 5th grade. Maybe the 6th grade. I mean, seriously. You're talking, I was damn near middle school since the last time I seen 190 pounds. I ain't going to see 190 pounds again. It's just the way it is. I don't want to be that small. I would be too thin. I wouldn't feel comfortable. It's about feeling comfortable. But diet, exercise, don't worry about your BMI, your height to weight ratio thing. That's really, it's an archaic way of measuring yourself. You want to measure your body fat percentage, how you feel, how you look, right? Because if you have a really healthy diet and you're working out, you're feeling good, you can see the weight coming off. At certain points, you're going to plateau, and that's okay. But as long as you're feeling good about yourself or better about yourself and you're trending in the right direction, everything else kind of falls into place. When you start exercising and you're eating right, the first fat you're going to lose, I can tell you right now, and this is 100% true, the most amount of fat you're going to lose isn't the fat on the outside that you see. It's your internal organs. Because the fat that surrounds them is the first fat that they're going to go for because it's the closest fat to them. So, for instance, and I'll use my liver as an example. My liver was really, really fatty before I went in for my weight loss surgery. I had to lose 10% of my body weight before they were going to cut me open. And I had to lose like 42 pounds. And the doctor said, listen, if you can lose at least 10% of your body weight, it's going to make the surgery much safer. Because when you weigh, when you're as big and you're overweight, your liver gets really fatty. But when you start to lose weight and you're actively losing weight, your organs are going to use the fat that's in them and closest to them first before it comes to your outer layers of fat, which is the fat we see. What happens is your organs start to tighten up and they start running a lot better, right? It's like putting rocket fuel in your gas-powered car. You go from 87 octane to like 110. There's a big difference. So you may not physically see a change for that first 10 pounds, maybe even 15. You may be like, I see a little bit of a change, but there's not much. But the weight's coming off. You're like, geez, my scale's saying I lost 10 or 15 pounds. It's because that weight loss is coming from your internal organs at this point. Once you get outside of like the 15-pound area, that is when you start to see your physical body transform. You start talking 20, 25, 30 pounds, that's when you start to see people really shrink. You're noticing people, you're like, oh, wow, you're losing weight, you're looking pretty good. Oh, yeah, I've lost like 30 pounds. They've dropped a couple of inches on their waist. Their shirt size has gone down a size or two, maybe, depending upon their body makeup. That's when you see that. So don't get freaked out. You get to a 10 or 15-pound weight loss, and you're not seeing a change. What you want to know is that numbers going down on the scale, and that you're internally is where you're losing the weight at first. Okay, so don't get discouraged, because you're going to plateau. I'm going to plateau. No matter how much I stick to this Awaken 180 thing, if I was a rich man and I could pay, I don't know, $20,000 a year to be on this program, at some point in the course of 12 months, my body's going to adjust. And I'm going to plateau. My weight loss is just going to go, it's going to crash, and then even. It's okay. At that point, you have a couple of choices. You can change your diet up a little bit. So maybe don't eat some of the food you were eating. Get some other foods in. Believe it or not, maybe eat a few more calories in the form of carbohydrate or sugar. Because your body will automatically go, uh-oh, carbohydrates and sugar, I better work a little bit harder. Change up your exercise routine. So if you've lost 50 pounds because you're running 5 or 6 miles a day every day of the week, don't run 5 or 6 miles a day. Run 3 miles a day and then go and lift some weights. Because building muscle will help you tone up, lose a little bit of body fat, lose a little bit of weight. So that's what we're doing. They have said at my program to not really focus on lifting a lot of weight because it's not that it's bad for me, but it's a combination of things. One, to lose the body fat, your body needs to burn off the body fat it has by using the muscle that's already available. And because I am so heavy in muscle right now, I'm like 35 or 36% muscle, which is, the woman was like, oh my God. She's like, that's incredible that you've got that much muscle mass. They said, don't worry about building any more muscle. They said, worry about using the muscle you have. Your muscles will get lean. Things will tighten up. That's what we want. They said, 6, 7, 8 months from now, if you find your workout's not working for you, you want to lose some more, put on a little bit more muscle, sure. But for right now, don't worry about building muscle. Worry about losing body fat, which is what they're measuring. So I will take the 1% body mass loss. Thank you very much. I'll take the 4.6 pounds of body fat gone. Thank you very much. 1 week, I've made myself healthier. My expectation is by the time I get to Tuesday for my next weigh-in, I'm hoping that, they're going to tell me that the scale overall, that I'm down another like 3 pounds would be great. They said the average male loses 5. For me, because my metabolism runs so slow because of my weight loss surgery, I am expecting that my weight loss should be about 3 pounds a week. If I was a normal person and I hadn't had weight loss surgery, I'd probably expect 5 pounds a week. But at this point, it's just, you know, for as
Why don't you put it on the
as
auto
good
pay?
as my weight loss surgery was for me, you know, now 14 years later, to a certain degree, it kind of works against me. And I'm all right with that. You know what? Because it probably saved my life. So,
Probably.
yeah, it probably more likely, like, there's a 95% likelihood it did. Because without that, at this point, I probably would be about 500 pounds and change. And if I was alive, it would not be pretty. I definitely wouldn't be cruising around Disney World. That's for sure. But I will. So I'll tell you what. Just in working out the last couple of weeks, and now the diet, really the hardcore diet for the last week and change. Yesterday, walking that couple of miles in Boston, and if you've ever walked in Boston, around Beacon Hill where we were right around Beacon Hill. It's called Beacon Hill for a reason, because everything, the State House is on top of Beacon Hill, and everything that leads to and from, it's all hills. So we'd walk 3-4 blocks up a hill, take a left, walk down the other side, take a right, walk 2 more blocks uphill, and we were walking at a pretty good clip. 3-4 weeks ago, I never would have been able to do that without having to maybe go a little bit slower, but I kept right up with everybody. It's obviously working. I felt good. Like when I woke up this morning, my body wasn't aching, my legs weren't aching. So I am looking for that African trek. That's my reward. But that's my weekly update. That's all I got for you guys. You know, 45 minutes to an hour. That's what these are going to be. So I think it's awesome. Follow my Instagram. You can find me over on Instagram. I'm easy to find. Twitch. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Facebook. Obviously, I'm here on YouTube. But you can find me and follow my... I try to pretty much use Instagram as like a daily blog for all of my food. Yeah, see, lots of hills. Lots of hills. And that Freedom Trail's no joke. So I'm going to try to use my Instagram as a blog. I've got over 200 people that follow me right now, and I seem to be getting more and more almost daily. So if you have not followed me on the IG yet, go over there and hit me up if you want to see what I'm eating every day. I typically try to post when I'm eating it, but sometimes I got to do it in big hunks because I get busy. But either way, typically every day it goes up. I dropped the link for this, so you can keep up with me there. Obviously here every week, and then hopefully, you know, I can get back to doing sports and some sort of drink review during the weeks. That's gonna try to be my goal, but
It's because the co-host
you know,
is so busy with her.
sometimes things get in the way. The co-host is really busy with her work. This past week, I've been straight out at my work, you know, trying to maintain freedom and justice around the world. So, but I would like to. Costa Mom, you and I are going to talk. I'm going to be sending you a message very soon. We'll see if we can make things work. I need to be shown the ways. There'll probably be some live streaming involved. You be my co-host for the day? That'd be awesome. Especially if they'll let me stream on rides. Heck yeah. But, all right. So I'm going to wrap this up. I want you all to go and click that link at the top. The pinned link is Sam's link. So hop on over there. Show him some love. I appreciate everybody for being here. I hope you have found tonight interesting with a lot of the information I shared. I believe starting next week, I'm going to start actually revealing my weight. So hopefully I'll be in a place where I'm like, all right, here we go. So once I hit my goal is once I hit the 10-pound mark, every week I'm actually going to tell you how much I lost and what my weight was. But that's all for me for tonight. Thanks for being here. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Hey, Coach N. This is my man. What's happening? Coach, you finally get off that sunny beach. Coach N was in a warm, sunny place for a little while. I was very jealous. Very, very jealous. Absolutely. Thank you, Trip Billy. We're going to try. We are going to try to keep going, to keep pushing on.
All the temptation you avoided today.
Yeah, I did avoid a lot of temptation today. We went to the Rent Them outlets, and man, there was so much good stuff. There was like a falafel truck. There was a pizza food truck. There was a Nathan's hot dog food truck, pretzels. There was another place serving like burgers, chicken tenders, and French fries. Man, it smelled so good. I was like, but honestly, I said, nope. I'm going to try to lose some weight. And we walked right by it. And like 30 seconds after that, I just put it out of my mind and I refocused on like what we were doing. We were shopping for other stuff. So it was not easy. Whoo, Coach has hit the breweries. All right. Yeah, those are great outlets, Coach. I love going there. You know, it's a good time walking around. Stephanie was looking for clothes, so. But man, that food, and now that the weather's nice, they have these small, they're not food trucks, they're food trailers. They're all like 15-foot enclosed trailers that are set up to serve food. But man, it smelled so good. And all I kept saying was, man, I just want a piece of pizza. Beer has a lot of natural ingredients in it. I was telling Stephanie today that next week I'm going to try the Tin Can Thursday edition of Ears and Beers. Except we're going to be drinking, I think, some scotch. Scotch or bourbon. So we're going to go out, try to pick up a couple of different types of scotch, see how I like them. Small bottles, little fifths, you know. So that's what we're going to try. Hopefully I like them. Sometimes some scotch is just, you're kind of like, oh, this is like drinking jet fuel, but most scotches I liked if they have a smoke or a peat moss flavor to it. Those are the typical, you know, typical scotches I like. So keto drinking. Check out the IG. Oh, all right, cool. Yep. I'll go check that out. Awesome. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. I like it. I can have alcohol, just small amounts, and really high-powered stuff. Straight up liquor. Which I'm okay with. Shockingly, I'm okay with that. And then hopefully on Thursday, we have a lot of Disney stuff to discuss. Because there's been a lot of moving and shaking in Disney lately. And we'll start dropping some hints about our next, hopefully, upcoming trip, which will be this summer, a few months away. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to run. Let's all go watch Sam, show him a little love. I will see you all during the week. We're going to have a bunch of stuff to talk about with the Final Four. You know, we're into the Elite Eight. Football is like, there is just stupid stuff going on in the NFL right now that we should probably run down. So I'm going to see if I can free up the co-host one night this week, wrangle her in, and we're going to talk probably a lot of football and a whole bunch of basketball. So we'll see you all later. Make sure you have hit that like button. Thank you. Share this out. If you know somebody that's looking for a little motivation to hear maybe a little inspirational story, which is hopefully me, kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to share with you guys every week how I've done, what I've been eating, where my weight loss is at, things I've been doing differently, some stuff I've encountered. So if you're looking for good tips on how to transfer out of getting off a soda and getting onto something healthier, rewind back to the beginning of this stream where I talk about it. And yeah, and we'll take it from there. So I will see you all during the week. All right, Coach Ed. I will see you all later. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. You all have one heck of a night, and I will see you this week. Bye, everybody.